to another episode of Beatz and Booz. I am Vic. Today we've got Crucial. We've got Tom.
What's up?
We've got Ken. And we've got Fred. Today is a very special episode. Of course, you see we have on our quarantine attire. It's obligatory, so we shall abide. Today's special episode is sponsored by Bella Milano. And we have Tom Garino here, who is going to be our guest.
Be our guest.
For today.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate that.
Sure thing. Tom Garino is one of the owners of our sponsor, Bella Milano. Bella Milano is an Italian restaurant and my favorite place to get great food and great drinks. The appetizers, entrees, and drinks are off the charts, family. You gotta have the toasted ravioli, the spectacular Milano salad, and the lemon drop martini. Bella Milano has a wonderful staff, a diverse menu, and a very comfortable atmosphere. They make you feel like family, whether you're seated in the dining area, the patio, or the bar. And I might be a little partial to the bar, you know. You owe it to yourself to visit one of their locations in the St. Louis metropolitan area. So that's Edwardsville and in O'Fallon, Illinois. And in central Illinois, that location's in Springfield, Illinois. Visit Bella Milano today and tell them that Vic sent you.
Thanks to everybody that's been supporting us through the pandemic. It's allowed us to keep all of our staff employed and let everybody keep their jobs. So I want to thank everybody very much and appreciate you.
Here. That's what's up. Good. So today we are talking about...
Yes, sir, indeed. Please welcome
Nirvana. Nirvana's 1991 album, Nevermind.
Absolutely, yeah. This is the one that put them on the map. They were relatively unknown. Their first album,
Bleach,
sold maybe 1,000 copies. That's all they had printed. $686 to produce that album. Nobody really knew of them. But then Smells Like Teen Spirit came out. And it was like the anthem of the 90s,
Sure.
you know? Even parents and stuff like that, you could see the kids' parents jamming to some Teen Spirit.
Oh, yeah.
And it was kind of shown that it was the anthem of the 90s.
I remember it very well. It basically was the death of the hair bands back then, you know?
Thank you, Nirvana.
It basically made them old-fashioned, just like that.
Yeah.
Because these guys look like fellas you'd see skateboarding down the street or whatever, you know? You know what I mean? They weren't all glammed up and
Well, that's
stuff.
what they were.
You know?
They were, skate kids from Aberdeen. It was a logging community in Seattle. And, they were smoke pot and ditch school and
Right.
skateboard.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Rock
That's
on.
Right.
They started their garage band, and that's how the whole grunge garage band thing got started. I'm wearing my Grunge is Dead shirt that Kurt Cobain liked to wear because he started to hate that.
What you talking about, Willis?
Oh, man.
Towards the end, he hated that he was the grunge and the leader of the grunge movement.
This is doo-doo, baby. I said,
Wasn't cool anymore, so
Yeah, no.
it wasn't underground anymore.
Today I'm here with a video of tips on how to be grunge.
Child, please.
Lost her mind!
So, now we know about the beats we're listening to. Let's talk about this booze.
So this is Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace.
I went down to Buffalo Trace.
round the outside.
The taste also have notes of kind of black pepper and spicy ending.
Down.
Rye is gonna add spice
Down.
to a bourbon.
Down.
Buffalo Trace.
Down.
Buffalo Trace.
You're drunk. You're drunk.
Round the outside.
You wouldn't dare.
All right, now let's get into this album. 1991,
remember.
You just can't go around killing people.
Why?
That song coming out, Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know, of course that can be interpreted in a bunch of different ways, right? Right.
Yep.
But I just remember it sounded so different than everything else that was on the radio back then. You know, it was, I don't know, it seemed darker. You know, it had more, it was moodier, it had more attitude.
Well, I think a lot of that comes from, you know, Kurt's voice, the way that he's just got this kind of screamy, just almost like he's got a cold. You know what I mean? He's got that.
Maybe that's the secret.
Yeah, that's it, dig it.
It's like it's coming out of his stomach, you know, like. And nobody else had that sound.
Sure.
One of my favorite songs on the CD is Drain You. And you can really notice that towards the end of the song when he just lets out this blood-curdling scream and goes into the last chorus. And, you know, nobody was really doing that back then.
Sure. I just remember how it just started a whole movement. You know, and then it seemed like it was them and Pearl Jam, and
that's what it started out. You know, Stone Temple Pilots, all those guys. But he hated Eddie Vedder. Kurt Cobain did, because they were the two.
Sure.
You know, kind of going for the number one. You know, and, they just didn't like each other.
You got like any particular impressions of how you felt when you first heard this particular track? Smells Like Teen Spirit, or
You know, I was doing reggae at that time.
Ever since I was a little boy.
When it dropped, I didn't know that it dropped. I knew nothing about it.
What?
Everyone was talking about, man, Smells Like Teen Spirit. Smells Like Teen Spirit. I'm like, the crap. Well, it was a song I'd been hearing on the radio for the past 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
because it's not in the hook.
The thing about this album, and I'm realizing it now, that I knew more from that album than I knew that I knew.
There are things we know we know. That is to say, we know. There are some things we do not know.
What?
The ones we don't know, we don't know.
What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, mother.
Sure.
Because it was the soundtrack of that time.
Do you know how they got the name? Smells Like Teen Spirit?
I don't. I'd like to know, because I have some ideas.
So, Kurt, one of Kurt's friends was Kurt had been with a girl that wore
that's
the
deodorant. Oh, Teen Spirit.
It's a physical sensation. Teen Spirit. Antiperspirant made for you and your generation. Teen Spirit.
I do remember that. I do remember that
And one of his buddies was giving him a hard time, saying, "Hey, you smell like Teen Spirit," you know, because he knew he'd been with this girl.
Absolutely.
That's
all the cheerleaders.
Exactly.
That is hilarious.
He just liked that.
No, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
And the line in Teen Spirit where he says, he used to say that when he went to parties. He'd go to a house party and be like, "Here we are, entertain us." You know, like, what are we doing?
What are we doing? Yeah.
And that's where that lyric came from. You headbang to it back in the day? Yeah.
I'm a little older, you know, so to me, you know, like my son says, I listen to old man metal. You know, I hear Sabbath in there, you know.
Sure, yeah.
I hear all that stuff. I hear the Ramones. I hear the
Ramones,
Ramones
yeah.
and that stuff.
Yep.
It's naked, and it's just, I mean, you can like it or not like it, but you're going to do this.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Dun, dun,
Yep.
dun, 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 dun. I mean, come on.
Yeah. It just makes you want to start tapping your foot.
Yeah, that's just, you know, that's 2 and 2 is 4.
So should I say the similarity that I hear in this song? You brought up.
What similarity do you hear?
Well, you were talking about Sabbath and all those guys.
What do you hear?
Well, after this song came out,
Okay.
I heard a song by Tony called "Let's Get Down."
Let's get down. Let's get down. Let's get down. Let's get down. Come on, let's get down. In my black Chevrolet.
I had a black Chevrolet.
Oh, I know that's right.
You're a kid.
You're the culprit,
Yeah.
Ken. Way to go, Ken. My man.
Yes, I mean, the songs, the melodies and stuff are very similar. You know, I'm sure they've had discussions about it, but wow.
Ready for some more?
I'm always ready for some more.
So, another track.
So, my two favorite tracks on this album are Drain You and Lounge Act. I just love hearing him scream. The second part of the song, it's he just screams throughout the last minute and a half of the song. It's awesome, yeah. You know, he always considered himself punk, but he was grunge alternative rock.
Sure.
But he hated this album.
Yeah, I heard
Really?
that too. I heard
He
that
hated
too.
how polished it sounded.
No, I don't want it.
He hated that it was so bubblegummy.
Wow, he hated it. Oh wow.
He never really wanted to be like this famous, massive rock star. He did when he started out, but
Sure.
he hated it, you
Sure.
know? So the next album that he did after this, well, was actually Incesticide, which was the most punk rock album they ever did. And then they came out with I'm blanking.
There was an In Utero album.
In Utero, thank you. Sorry.
So it's safe to say that you pretty much dig Nirvana.
We didn't get to see it. What kind of police protection?
Oh yeah.
If you guys didn't know, Tommy likes Nirvana.
This guy digs Nirvana.
He
Yo.
digs Nirvana.
You know what?
Hey, bro.
Cheers.
Nirvana digs you.
Hey.
Whenever I can get a free drink, I'll go anywheres.
Cheers. Cheers.
Hey, you got a drink? Tink, we know the deal. Come on. Come on, Franklin, give me some.
Once more, somebody called me not only by my first but also by my last name.
Yeah, In Utero was made more the way he wanted, less polished, and
was
it's
it
more raw, you know?
Was it as commercially successful?
Nirvana was Nirvana at that time, and people were gonna buy whatever.
So, do you think that the polish of this album, because I'm sure the album before that didn't sell as many as this album.
Oh, Bleach, no.
And if this album wasn't as polished and as radio ready, would this next one would have been as popular?
I mean, if this one wasn't as polished and as ready as this one was, you may not have.
I wouldn't have heard
known
that song.
Nirvana.
That's right. When I
you
heard
know?
it smells like Teen Spirit, I'd be like, oh, that's a good song.
They would have just been a Seattle band
Absolutely.
that never really made it.
And would have loved it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
I would imagine that the whole fame thing is probably what turned him off.
Sure.
Because I think that in a lot of cases you'll see a lot of these folks are unhappy because they go from being a normal person to being somebody that's kind of trapped into
put me in the closet
a box now.
Sure.
And they're trapped in terms of just being able to go out. They're also trapped creatively too because.
Sure.
Like you said,
Well,
with
he
the
was
guy,
probably the most sought after rock star at the time, and not only was he the most sought after rock star, he was a great story because he was dating Courtney Love, who was another rock star.
Sure.
And they were a mess.
They were hot mess.
Drugs and about everything else you can get into.
Sure.
They were into, and they made for great headlines.
So they were like the '90s version of Sid and Nancy.
Sid, what are you?
Put this straight in.
Yeah, you put the cigarette on the bed. What'd you say?
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Sid Vicious.
Or the white version of Bobby and Whitney.
Yes.
My glasses.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll take that too.
What was that? There was another track.
Lithium, is it Lithium?
Lithium.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, I like that.
Almost every song on the CD became very popular. Lithium, Come As You Are, But yeah, Lithium, it was probably the second biggest song on the album, for sure. Well, and Lithium was such a good sing-along song, you know? I'm so happy, cause today I found my friend, you know?
That's just groovy stuff.
Yeah, it's just, you just want to sing along to it.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
You got anything else you want to say about Nirvana? All right. Tom?
I think we discussed it, yeah.
Crucial?
I like Nirvana.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Beatz and Booze. We hope you liked the episode and will consider subscribing,
please,
liking,
please,
sharing,
pretty please,
and hitting
Post
that
notifications.
That's what's up. Hitting that little bell icon. Yes. Hit us up on Instagram, Twitter.
Hey, I love that bird.
At Beatz and Booze,
At
right?
B&B. Right. Sure.
And, Yep. And we've got email and we have a Facebook page in there. Find us, Beatz and Booze. We'll see you in the next episode.